Okay. Let's take a deep breath in. And in our normal practice, we get grounded, making sure that both feet are firmly on the floor, feeling the support of the earth. I am present. Feel the base chakra opening, sending down roots, and acknowledging the presence of self on the earth plane. I am present. I am grounded and I am here. This is where I belong for now. It is my home for the time being. So I am here. And when I am here, I am fulfilling the needs and the requirements of being present here. So get as grounded as possible and make sure that you are feeling at home in your body and that you know that this is your home for now. Come to an acceptance of your body as your home for now. And then within your own home you are able to create anything, comfort and discomfort. In your own home you are able to create your own presence or the presence of others. And you will know that they are just visiting, no? Because in your own home, you are master of yourself and you are master of your space. In your own home, you will entertain your family and your sacred contracts. So get fully at home in your body, knowing that it is the space from which you gather others unto you. It is the space from which you are creating all of your experiences and the vehicle that you are using to enjoy all of those experiences. It is also the space from which everything else becomes possible. Without this body, nothing is possible on the earth plane, no? So let us get completely grounded. You have chosen the earth as your home. You have chosen this body as your home. So let us be at home. And then on a nice deep breath in, I want you to focus on the Shakti chakra. Here I am, there in the chakra of the womb, the chakra of your detoxification system, the chakra of your anger and your passion, your sensuality, everything you are able to feel and all of the emotions you are able to experience in this lifetime are processed here. All of the hormones in your body that are determining what you are creating or discarding come from here. Even your vitality there in your adrenal glands are subject to my blessing. So be present right here. This is the orange chakra, no? Everybody thinks it is a nice dull orange, but I am telling you that it has got hints of red and blue in it. It has got hints of yellow in it. Because this sacral chakra is stealing energy from all of the chakras and making you at home. It is stealing color from everywhere in order to create your vitality. It is stealing color from the entire universe in order to color you beautiful. And you don't even know that it is doing this work on your behalf. So pay attention. Focus in on your sacral chakra, where you are able to determine your own direction. And with the help of all spirit, as we are present for you and with you, you are able to move forward. This is the chakra that rules your hips, no? It is where when you get stubborn, you get stuck. It rules your pelvis. And it is this pelvis that gives you flexibility in the universe. It enables you to walk and it enables you to run. It enables you to straighten yourself up when you stumble. It enables you to stutter your way through the world or to dance your way through the world because you have free will about that too. So focus in nicely. Make it as clear as possible in your feeling of it. Focus on the womb area, about 8 centimeters above the groin and about 8 centimeters below your solar plexus. That entire area is your sacral chakra. And you must know that when you are yearning and yearning and yearning for something, the sacral chakra becomes overblown. It becomes so overwhelmed with too much emotional energy and too much mental energy that it begins to creep into all of the other chakras and drain it even further. And then you feel tired. And then you feel worn out. And too much vitality is being used in the yearning instead of the living. And then you think you have a big headache, but actually what you are doing is giving yourself a stomach ache, and a backache, and a bum ache, and ache in your legs and in your toes. So now we want your sacral chakra to work as normally as possible. We don't want it to be overblown and stagnating. We want it to be the normal size and flowing. So focus in on it. And there I want you to feel, truly feel, not just imagine now, but feeling. Feeling all 6 petals of the sacral chakra. It has already been explained for you how this one works. If you are using your timing in what you call a clock or a watch, then if you are using that, then you know where the 6 petals fall at 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So see all of those petals, but they are all meeting in the middle, no? They are meeting in a focused point right in the middle. They are all the beautiful shades of orange, all the way from a very pale peachy orange to a deep dark orange, even a bit of saffron. All of the beautiful religious colors, the marigolds are blooming here. You can see them clearly. You can see hints of green because there is no flower without leaves. You can see that this is a sacred space. Everything that we require for any kind of prayer or puja is sitting right here in this free will chakra. It is from here that all of the smell of the roses reaches up to the third eye and opens it up with a sheer fragrance. It is here when you are relaxed that you are able to send information into the universe with ease, and the third eye can respond with ease. For you must know that if I beckon to my husband, I must be relaxed. No. If I am angry, he is going to avoid me and not listen. So here in the sacral chakra, I get quiet and I get relaxed and I call. And when I call, he comes. So get relaxed. Get quiet, feel all petals open and as normally sized as possible. You might want to ask your chakra to come back to normal size, that it does not have to be in yearning, it does not have to be feeling overwhelmed and stressed out, that it is safe here. Here it can return to Shakti mode, to the mode of the divine feminine creator. I am Shakti. And just sit quietly and feel it now. Feel, I am Shakti. Here in the sacral chakra, I am creativity born. I am creativity manifest. I am the creative essence of all that is. I am the timing of all that is, petal by petal. So there in the very first petal, see it as clearly as you can and check in feeling it if it is open. Is it focused and pointing upward? Is it sending its energy up your energetic spine all the way to the third eye? Or is it curled on itself? Is it talking to your solar plexus and your throat? Is it talking to your physical body and your emotional body? Or is it tired and withdrawn? Feel it petal by petal and breathe into it. Remind it that it is safe. Remind it that devotion is where you come from. So there is devotion and love and grace that it can open itself up to. Remind it that it is okay. Remind it that there in the universe there is a corresponding chakra that is working on your behalf to bring you all the creative needs you desire. However it is you choose to create, there is a chakra in the universe that is answering you. It lies in the heart of God. It lies in the heart of Shiva himself, which is where I live. So there in the very first petal, there is intention, there is focus, there is grace. Make sure you are breathing and feeling. There is no thinking required. Let me think for you for a moment, because I am a better thinker now. I have thought the entire universe into being. Why would you need to think when I am with you? So you be quiet and you breathe life force. Breathe the Shiv energy, and all of the consciousness that is manifest in the universe is available in every breath. And as you breathe this prana in, as you breathe this consciousness in, feel it flowing all the way down into your sacral chakra and opening that very first petal, bringing life force and vitality to your intention. I revitalize and renew all that I am in preparation for everything that I choose to be. I revitalize my current experience for all experience. Are you there? Are you with yourself? Are you at home? Breathing? Allowing? Are you receiving the vitality you require? Or are you determined to push it away in your stubbornness and your resistance to love itself? Are you so settled inside of yourself that you cannot believe that I am with you? Why do you doubt your own ability to manifest an entire universe when you are sitting in the middle of one? And it is at your command. I have too many stubborn devotees, no? And then when I threaten to call my husband, then they suddenly listen. And I must say, Bholanath, Lord, so breathe nice and deep. Open that first petal. Because when it is open, when it is clear, and it is receiving information from all of you, then it will inform all of the other petals to open too. You will feel it stretching a little. You would feel it pushing down, sending the energy into the center of the sacral chakra, and from there all the way down to the lowest petal, that is feeding into the base chakra. Not one single chakra is working alone, no. Everything is connected. And when it is sending the energy to the center of the chakra, it is also sending it out to all of the other petals and to the back of itself. So not one single chakra is working only in a linear fashion. It is always working holistically. But for your mind, we are going to go from the first petal to the second petal in what you call human time. So we are going to go from one moment to the next moment and feel the energy flowing not only into the center of the chakra but also around it in that clockwise fashion that you call human time. I go from moment to moment to moment. I go from one experience to the next, and every experience informs the next one, and the next one, and the next one. I go from one choice to another to another. I go from one act of free will to another act of free will to another act of free will. I go from one set of consequences to another to another. And in this way I am going from one petal of the sacral chakra to another, and another, until I come all the way back to the very first petal again, and I find myself having the same experience, because I have not changed my free will, and I have not changed my stubbornness, and I have not changed my focus, and I have not stopped to allow anything else to feed into it. So if you are feeling your stubbornness because the flow is not going to the third petal and the fourth petal, and it's not coming up to the fifth petal and flowing into the sixth petal, now you must breathe again, and you must send it again, moment by moment, from the first petal to the second petal to the third petal. Take your time. I have got aeons. I have nowhere else to be other than with you. So breathe nice and deep. Billions of years have gone into creating creation. You cannot do it all in a second. And yet you can flip a switch, no? And do it in an instant. So push the energy if you have to. Feel this blossoming. Feel the energy flowing to the center of your sacral chakra and out from the center to the apex of the petals. And if you can't feel it, then I want you to clench down hard. Make your entire home as tense and stressed as possible, and tighten all around yourself. Get all of your stubbornness into your bones and push hard, exactly like when the ladies are doing childbirth, no? And then breathe it all out again. And relax. And then something will have loosened, like you have birthed it into the world or released it into the world, and you will feel that there is a bigger flow. What we house within us, we must send into the world. We cannot keep it inside forever. And so slowly, slowly we move all the way down, past the third petal and the fourth petal, and then find our way moving up again. What goes down must come up in your world. What goes up must come down in your world. This is the spiral of energy. So let it flow all the time, knowing that the earth is supporting you, knowing that an entire universe is supporting you. Feel yourself pushing your way through, slowly, slowly, petal by petal. Make sure that the petal at 2 o'clock is nice and full of orange energy, that there are sparks of blue and yellow and maybe some green and saffron and maybe some red. Who knows how many other colors your sacral chakra is stealing and commanding from everywhere in creation in order to color you beautiful and to give you everything you could possibly require. Who knows what other frequencies it is commanding out of creation to fulfill you. But it has to be open. It has to be active. And it cannot be too big for its own boots, no? So let us keep breathing. And then we come to the third petal at your 4 o'clock. It is tea time, this one. And this is where we stop and we relax and we behave like we are going to nourish our bodies with a little snack. And you make yourself at home in preparation for what else is to come. And if you are tired, you take a moment to refresh yourself. And you get what you call your second wind. There is a new breath of fresh air that awakens you and allows you to move a little further on into the fourth petal. And here in this fourth petal, your bodies are accustomed to gathering, to coming together, to connecting, Whether it is here in this group or at supper time or with your families, it is 6 o'clock now. It is a time of reconnecting and relating. It is a time of seeing yourself in others and being open to receiving from them and sharing with them and giving of yourself to them. And for those of you who are living with canine companions and feline companions and other kind of animals, including fish and birds, well, then there is less giving because there is a less of a physical affection. But there is no question that there is nurturing and cherishing. All of the birds in the heaven are receiving your thoughts exactly as I do. So just breathe and open that chakra a little bit more, all the way from the very first petal to the center and into all of the petals as they're working through it, and you're going all the way up. And maybe now we'll move to the petal at the 8 o'clock. Slowly, slowly. By now we are in the 5th petal now. And just check for yourself if there is a flow between the first petal and the second petal. If we're moved from one moment to another, from one creative essence expressed to another creative expression, and another creative expression, and another, and another. And there is always another. There is never an ending. It is an infinite cycle of expression of your own creative essence. And so this is also the chakra of infinity. It is the chakra of abundance. Here everything is given even as you yearn for it. But you are not recognizing. So let us go on and make sure that the 4th petal and the 5th petal are receiving all of the energy. That they too are being renewed and revitalized. That the prana and the life force is not only being focused in the first petal, but is flowing into all of them. It is easy to tell yourself from your mind that you are in charge and then restrict everything to the first petal only. That it is a multi-dimensional system is set by the wayside. That I come in all forms is forgotten. That I have so many arms is forgotten too, no? So let it all blossom through by breathing into every petal and making sure that the connection between the petals is established, because it cannot stand alone. No one petal can stand by itself. So take the breathing all the way through. Take the prana into every petal. And every petal is holding the information about you. It is holding the information about you as you have experienced yourself through this entire lifetime. And if there is anything about you that needs to be renewed now, you want to breathe into it. It is holding all the information about what you desire for yourself. And if there is any yearning that requires revitalization, you want to breathe into it. So this is very much the logical, reasonable thing to do. And if there is anything about you that requires some new color, then let us get creative and let the color energy of every petal flow beautifully. And this is the creative thing to do. If there is any information about you that you need to hear and you are too stubborn to hear it from others, then let every petal talk to you. Be quiet and listen. Commune with every petal because it knows you so well. It knows you better than anybody outside of you, no? This is your inner self. Your inner voice as it is ruled by your chakras, as opposed to your inner voice as it is ruled by your mind. Your inner voice as it is ruled by your third eye and knowing, your intuition, your deep feminine self, as opposed to your inner voice as it is ruled by your conditioning and your past. So sit quietly. Bring the energy in this clockwise direction all the way up to the 6th petal now. Make sure it is flowing freely all the way from the 1st petal to the 6th petal. Push it if you have to. Feel the pain if you have to, because there is always some pain. Feel the work, because there is always that too. Nobody ever said that creation was not work, no? But if you love it well, how can you complain about the work? Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to pause. Exactly like childbirth, we are breathing and pushing. We are contracting and expanding. And then we are waiting. We are just resting, waiting for the flow to take on its own momentum, from petal to petal to petal, moment to moment to moment. We are just breathing and allowing the flow to come from the 1st petal all the way through to the 6th petal and back into the 1st petal at a higher frequency, and to flow all the way again from petal 1 into petal 2, gathering as it goes. This is the energy of the divine feminine. It gathers as it flows. It attracts and it networks and it pulls unto itself as it flows. And so as it gathers, it becomes more. It doesn't acquire more, it simply becomes more. And so it goes into the 3rd petal, and then dipping downwards into the 4th petal, but it doesn't lose its frequency as it dips downward. It is only gathering more because now it is getting information from your base chakra and from the earth chakra below that. And then it flows upward again through the 1st petal, no? Taking with it all of the new information all the way up into the 6th petal, and then flowing back into the 1st petal and sharing that information, sending it upward to the 3rd eye. And as it flows upward, it will go to your solar plexus, and it will go to your heart, and it will go to your throat, and you might spit it out by talking about it. But it will still go all the way up to your 3rd eye, naturally. And on the way, it will talk to all of your organs. It will talk to your stomach, and it will talk to your intestines. It will talk to your spine, and if it is burdensome, it will create pain. And so you have to decide to loosen up, to get a little lighter each way, and as it flows some more, to get lighter still by allowing the flow. So again we go from the 1st petal flowing all the way downward in this clockwise direction of human time. I am living my life fully. I am living my life creatively. I am living my life in awareness of the divine feminine. I am Shakti. Every step of the way, I am Shakti. I am allowing life to create me even as I am creating it. I am flowing with it every moment because it is flowing for me, and from me. It is working only with the yearning of my own heart. It is working only with the yearning of my own self. My highest self as Shakti and my lowest self as Shakti is always working in harmony. This is the essence of creation. There is never a moment in which creation can work against itself. Even when it is destroying, it is creating anew. So it must keep flowing in this human time. It must flow through all of the years. It must flow through all of the months and weeks and days of you as you have stored them in your body. It must flow through every moment you have ever lived in this human time. So keep moving it, petal by petal, and let it gather as it flows. All of the information you could possibly need is coming through in the flow. And I hope you are listening. I hope you are listening to the truth of yourself as you have kept it there in the womb of your being. And that all of this truth is informing everything you are creating all the time. I am pleased. So breathe. Let me flow as freely as possible. And now when I am flowing freely in all creation, then I am ready to let everything get focused. Then I am ready to let it manifest in some way, in some form, in some place. Then I am ready to let everything that I am become something that everyone can enjoy, no? Then I am willing to be the beauty and the pleasure of the world. I am even willing to be its pain. I am willing to be everything that is required for all beings. And it is now only when I am free flowing within you that I need help. It is only now when I am flowing freely and openly that I must get direction. And in getting direction become manifest more easily. In getting focus become manifest where I am intended to be. If I am left to my own devices, I will go everywhere at once. And so now I call to my Lord. And I ask for His wisdom because He knows exactly where I should become and how I should become. And He knows exactly how to take all that I am and fragment it into all of the experiences that we require for life to be fulfilled. So just breathing and flowing. Feel if you can. Feel if you will. Feel because it is happening already that your sacral chakra, which is I, is talking to your third eye, which is I too. Feel that the Shakti is talking to the Shiv. And that the Shiv is answering. Now that when he answers, there is now stability. There is a balancing. There is even a soothing. Because my Lord is very happy to calm me down and show me the way. And even as he does that, you will feel the entire sacral chakra is now shifting into divine timing. So now the flow is turning around and it is going from the first petal to the sixth petal, to the fifth petal, to the fourth petal, to the third petal, to the second petal, and all the way up again into the first petal. And this time it is not gathering information, no. Now it is releasing information. It is releasing all of the information that you have collected in human time, and it is surrendering itself to all of the information that my Lord is providing about divine timing. So let it flow in this anti-clockwise now, against time and into timing, against the human flow of time on the physical plane, into the heavenly flow of time, feel it sending all of the information it has gathered about you, about what you want and what you don't want, about what you like and what you don't like, what tastes nice and what smells nice and what feels good, and what you think is beautiful and what you desire is beauty, what you think is ugly and what you reject about yourself. All of this information that it has gathered from your experiencing, flowing into divine timing and guided and focused by my Lord, into manifesting in its own time as your experience again. So be very careful about feeling it flowing, feeling it going in the opposite direction. And as it flows, I have no doubt you will feel it talking, no? To your base chakra. And when it is talking to your base chakra, it is igniting all of the tantric energy of Shiva and Shakti. It is saying, here I am creating harmony and balance that I may live well, that I may take the next step confidently, that the earth is my oyster, that I am creation and creation is mine. And then I may walk through all creation with ease. I may breathe creation in and breathe it out, knowing that it is flowing into me and all around me all the time and beyond time. That nothing is limited, no? That everything is infinite. So keep it flowing. And now if you've been doing this meditation properly, then you will be able to feel that in fact, you have two flows running simultaneously. I am Shakti. I flow with human will and divine will equally. You are never deprived of anything in any moment. So even as we flow moment by moment into your experiencing, so too does divine timing flow in its own understanding of infinity and eternity and abundance in order to keep you on track with yourself, to keep all of your soul aspects connected and guided and focused and manifesting as you will it. So stretch just a little bit more and feel if you can feel both. It is all great fun in the universe, to be such a magnificent being of creation that you can flow in so many directions simultaneously. And I always want to do everything simultaneously. Where there is a flower, there must be a seed, and where there is a seed, there must be a branch, and there must be soil, and there must be leaves. You can't just create one little thing and think everything else doesn't matter. So where we create a mountain, we must create a stream. And where you create a stream, you must create a cloud. Where you create an animal with fur, you must create a skin. Everything is connected. So even as you are flowing in human time, you are flowing in divine time. Feel your sacral chakra, which is me. Feel your sacral chakra, which is your strength and your courage to manifest whatever you desire. It is your safety and your grace. Feel your sacral chakra as the essence of Shakti present. I am the sacred divine feminine, and I am giving you permission to feel it as deeply as possible. Flowing in the heavenly timing, even as you are flowing in human timing. Nothing is impossible. And even nothing is possible. For those who truly know that nothing is impossible, then the nothingness becomes possible, no? This is the language of your spirit there. Here we like to be straightforward. Nothing is impossible, and Shiv is possible. So let us make sure that you can feel both flows. Let us make sure that you can feel me as clearly as possible. Because once I am housed, I will never be removed. When you put the deity in the temple, she stays. And leaving your sacral chakra to simply flow, bring your attention back to your base chakra. Make sure that you are completely grounded. And on a deep breath in, bring yourself back to this moment, here and now.